Hmm. Well, it's better than Pet Sematary 2. So Pet Sematary Bloodlines is it's a prequel to the remake of the 2018-2019 Pet Sematary remake. It's basically the story. Now, I feel like this should have been Pet Sematary 2. I don't know why Stephen King didn't do it, but what? So I feel like this should have been the prequel. We should have gotten instead of the Pet Sematary 2. Again, I really wish they could have tackled more about. So it's basically about that story in the original where Judd talks to the main character about. So basically, there was a guy who went to war. He died. The father dug up his son and buried him in the pet cemetery to bring him back to life. The guy went on a killing spree, and well, eventually, now in that one there was a house fire. This one, no house fire. Completely changed. They changed a lot from that story. Well, one, more kills. There's a lot of animals deaths in this movie. Also, the son is more aware. Alright, so it's based on the untold chapter from Pet Sematary, Stephen King's novel Pet Sematary. It's basically, yes, the dad who brings his son who died of the war back to life. Now in the original, he acted more like a zombie, barely spoke. He also grabbed his dad and dragged him into the burning house, burning them both to death. In this one, the dad does die. The son kills his dad, I think. And then goes on a killing spree. They all, Judd, his future wife, and friends and others basically go around and, well, try to stop the monster, basically. Now, the town does recognize as this happens before, which makes me wonder if they're going to do a TV series about, like, the origin of the Micmac burial ground. Maybe we get to see, like, what led to it to be the way it is. See if they brought others back to life, and I would like to see that. It has potential to have more lore about this. We could learn more about the Wendigos that appear in Stephen King's novels, or implied or hinted to appear in. The characters were good. Judd was good. Even though it was a prequel, I already knew Judd was going to die, or survive to die in the events of the first Pet Sematary 1. But I would say this is an okay prequel. It gave us new information about the Micmac burial ground. It did a flashback where some of the founders were doing stuff at the burial ground. Though I kind of wish I could have explained more, tackled more about it, but I guess only time could tell if they're going to do more about that as a concept. Pet Sematary 2 is basically about... It's set in, like, some years after the events of the first one. But it does explain what happened to Lewis, his wife... Yeah, Lewis and his wife, when, Lewis brought his wife back to life, and she basically killed Lewis, but they never mentioned what happened to, well, Lewis or even his wife in the second movie. It's just a kid whose mom is an actress. She dies, the dad, depressed, decides to move to Maine to get away from it all. He then, the son is basically a brat throughout the movie. There's also a kitten they found at the burial ground. The sequel, Pet Sematary 2, kind of contradicts some events from the Pet Sematary and flat out changes, like, it changes the rules of the rules of the burial ground. This movie does too, as when the guy buries his dead son, he immediately comes back to life. But in Pet Sematary 1, it shows that no, they don't immediately come back to life. It takes like a day or the next day or the next night they come back to life. It's not like instant, but this one does kind of have some of the troubles Pet Sematary 2 has, but other than that, I would say this is a good movie. Definitely worth checking out. Nah, you may want to skip it if you get queasy with animal death or corpses or. Yeah, the gore is mostly for the animals. Like, you see, like, they got their soldier eating a rat, or ate most of a rat. Most of the animals are ripped apart or are bleeding, so you're not going to see, like, human gore. It's mostly animal gore, which is interesting to say the least, that they decided to go this way, but whatever. Again, if you're not into, like, animal gore, you may want to skip this movie. Or at least skip the first. Now, it is good that the animal gore does happen in the very early on in the movie to get it over with. So you can skip over it very easily. So that's cool. It's a okay movie. Well, I hope everyone has a fun day, night, wherever you are.